Hey friends, I'm Amy and today we're making our second Taco Bell copycat. This one is also a subscriber request, which makes me really happy. We're making grilled stuffed burritos. But these burritos do include some things we've already made on this channel, one of them a couple of times. We'll stick with the same creamy sauce recipe and I'll link that video in the description, but for the rice, we're gonna make a different copycat recipe and then compare the two. So let's get cooking. Speaking of rice, we'll start with that one because it takes the longest. Now just like the prior recipe, this one's very easy to put together and it uses basic pantry staples, but it is slightly different than the recipe we made with the spicy chicken burritos. In a measuring cup or a bowl, we need 1.5 cups of water. Add a 1/2 cup plus 2 tablespoons of tomato sauce, which will be just under 3/4 of a cup. For the seasonings, we want 1.5 teaspoons each of ancho chili powder and salt, 1 teaspoon of paprika, a 1/2 teaspoon each of garlic and onion powder, and a little bit of cayenne pepper for some zing. Whisk the seasonings into the water until they're fully melted in, and then set this to the side. Quick tip though, if you don't have ancho chili powder specifically, just use a regular mild chili powder and the flavor will be good. To the stove, and we want to heat up about 2 tablespoons of olive oil over medium to medium-high heat until it's hot and shimmery. Pour in 1 cup of long grain white rice like jasmine or basmati and toast the rice in the oil until the grains just start to take on a little bit of golden color. Keep the rice moving around so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan or start to burn or pop and become Rice Krispies. Now carefully pour in the seasoned water and tomato sauce mixture we made, but start a little slow because this is going to be really sizzly and exciting and we don't want hot splatters. Give the rice a little stir just so it's evenly spread out in the liquid. Turn the heat down to the lowest of the low and pop a lid on the pan. Let the rice sit and soak up that simmering liquid for 20 minutes without messing with it at all. No removing the lid, no stirring, no nothing. We want all the steam to stay in there. After 20 minutes, remove the lid and check on the rice. The liquid should be almost gone, although the pan and the rice shouldn't be dry. If there is a decent amount of liquid in there still and the rice isn't fully soft, pop the lid right back on and give it another 2 up to 5 minutes and it should be perfect at that point. Stir in a tablespoon of lime juice, and this can be fresh squeezed or bottled, and we have our second Taco Bell seasoned rice copycat. I cannot wait to give this a try and compare it to the first recipe. Okay, while the rice is cooking, we'll work on the meat. So last time we made the spicy chicken, and you can use chicken in the grilled stuffed burrito because Taco Bell does serve a chicken version, but this time it is all about the beef. In a skillet, and this can be non-stick, stainless steel, whatever you prefer, we need to brown 1 pound of ground beef. Start breaking apart the ground meat and cook it on medium-high heat for a couple of minutes until it just starts to turn brown. At this point, we're going to add our seasonings so the flavors cook into the meat. We need 2 teaspoons of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, and 1/4 teaspoon each of garlic and onion powder and paprika. Add a good pinch of salt and then stir the seasonings into the beef. Then cook the meat, stirring periodically until it's fully cooked through, which should take about 7 to 10 minutes. Make sure to break it apart really well as it cooks so we have the small grounds like Taco Bell does and not big old chunks of beef. While the beef is browning, add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch to 1/2 cup of cool water in a measuring cup and whisk that together until the cornstarch is completely melted into the water. Set that aside for a moment and we'll head back to our beef. When the beef is fully cooked, if it's rendered out a lot of fat, we're going to want to remove most of that. You can dump the beef into a strainer over a pot or something so the grease doesn't go down the drain and then return it to the pan. Or you can use some paper towels with tongs to soak it up. A little bit of grease is fine. We just don't want the beef swimming in fat. Once that's done, add 1 tablespoon of tomato paste to the pan and stir that into the beef until it's fully melted. Now grab the cornstarch slurry we made and pour that into the pan too. Stir everything up well and simmer this, stirring very often, until it thickens, which should only be about a minute or 2. Then pull the pan from the heat, and that is our Taco Bell seasoned ground beef. Last, we're gonna make some homemade refried beans. Now you can buy refried beans in a can, but homemade beans taste so much better. We only need a few ingredients that many people may already have in the pantry, and they only take a few minutes to make, like 10 minutes. In a medium pan, and again, this can be a non-stick or stainless steel, whatever you like to cook in, add about 2 tablespoons of some sort of a fat and melt it over medium heat. This can be oil or butter, but these taste so much better if you use something like bacon fat, lard, or even beef tallow. While that melts, drain and rinse 2 15-ounce cans of pinto beans. When the fat's melted and just starting to bubble a little, add in the beans and a splash of chicken stock, about a couple of tablespoons to start. For the seasonings, add a 1/4 teaspoon each of cumin, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and chili powder. Add a good pinch of salt and some black pepper and stir the seasonings into the beans. And now it's a matter of mashing. You could use a fork or a potato masher like this one and just mash up those beans until you like the consistency. If it looks a little dry, add more splashes of chicken stock as you mash, again, until you're happy with the consistency of the mashed beans. Give them a little taste test, add some salt and pepper to taste if you need it, and that is quick and easy refried beans at home. It's assembly time, and check out the description for a link to the sauce video and the recipe for the pico de gallo. For these burritos, Taco Bell uses 10-inch flour tortillas, and then we make layers. Start with the beans, and we want a somewhat thin layer of beans in the middle of the tortilla, but leave about 1.5 inches on each side for folding. Next is the rice, and again, we want a thin layer similar to the thickness of the bean layer. Next is our beef layer, and this single pound of beef will make 10 grilled stuffed burritos. That's how little meat actually goes into these things. Next is our pico, aka Fiesta salsa, and we only need a couple of little spoonfuls of this. Now a little bit of sauce, again just a spoonful or so, and then a sprinkle of either plain shredded cheddar or a Mexican cheese blend. Here are our layers, and now we're going to fold this thing up. Start with the side closest to you and fold it over the top. Tuck that up against the filling layer so the filling doesn't squeeze out, and then fold each side over toward the middle. Now roll everything up so the sides are sandwiched in there, and we have our burrito. For the grilling, you can use a regular old nonstick saucepan, a flat pan like this one, or even a grill pan for those really cool grill lines. Heat the pan up over medium heat and sit the burrito on the dry pan with the seam side down. Toast it until it's nice and golden brown, which is going to seal our burrito so it won't unroll. Flip it over and toast it again until the other side is nicely browned, and our grilled stuffed burritos are done. You can do them in singles or doubles. You just need enough space in the pan to be able to flip them over and not trap any steam, which can make the outside of the burritos a little soggy. Then just keep going until you have all the burritos you wanted, and dinner is served. Check out those layers. You can see each layer in these burritos, which is perfect. And they're nicely stuffed. No big pockets of empty space, but also not so stuffed that they won't close. They also taste exactly like Taco Bell, but better. The rice, our second Taco Bell copycat recipe, is definitely more flavorful than the first. I mean, this packs a punch of flavor. And I might like it better than the first one, but I think the first recipe was closer to what Taco Bell's actual rice tastes like. This one is like turbocharged Taco Bell. So if you want something almost exactly like Taco Bell's rice, I would go with the first recipe we tried. But if you want supercharged, lip-smacking Taco Bell rice, then this recipe is it. The beef is perfect. It's delicately seasoned, but ultra flavorful, juicy, but not wet, if you know what I mean. The cornstarch and water gives it the perfect amount of body and prevents it from drying out. Now the money. So making these, just like the spicy chicken, I was surprised at how little of each ingredient goes into them. It just makes me realize that before they discontinued these for the second time, I was paying like $5 for tiny little spoonfuls of stuff wrapped in a tortilla and plopped on a hot plate for like 30 seconds. To make all of this at home, including the sauce and the pico, I spent approximately $20.25, and this makes 10 grilled stuffed burritos. That comes to just over $2 per burrito, which is what they charged for the original one back before they discontinued that one in 2009. It would cost us more than $50 at Taco Bell for 10 of these right before they discontinued the XL versions in 2019, but we only spent 20 bucks. That is savings I can get behind, especially since it took about 45 minutes to make everything for these burritos, including the sauce and the pico. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Maybe leave me a comment below if you enjoyed making these burritos with me. A big shout out and a thank you to Cenobite Beldar for requesting these, because I had a blast making them and they were so delicious. So thank you, and keep those requests coming. Come and hang out with me on Sundays for new cozy and comforting home-cooked meals and treats every week. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you back here next Wednesday for some more better at home copycat cooking. Bye.